Assalamu alaikum. This is A2B English News. I am Mishal. At first, let's have a recap on the headlines. Myanmar security forces despise the Holy Quran and sexually abuse girl students in Thangpur. President of Myanmar formed an investigation team arrived in northern Mangdu. In Myanmar, 14 foreign embassies released a joint statement urging the government to resume all aid to northern Arakan state. The Rohingya children are suffering from survival crisis. Is there no way out of the plight of Rohingya women and children? Now, the details. Myanmar security forces despise the Holy Quran and sexually abuse girl students in Thangpur. Myanmar security forces have disrespected the Holy Quran, mosque and madrasa and sexually harassed the girl students entering into madrasa and mosque in ZP Kyo's Himankali village early morning a few days ago. That morning, a group of military forces straightly went to the village madrasa and mosque, where they kicked and burned the Holy Quran by entering the mosque and cooked rice with the torn pages of Holy Quran and books there. In addition, they entered the madrasa once again during the class and sexually abused more than 7 girl students before many eyes, who are even unable to move from one place to another because of internal injury. The Myanmar government patronizing security forces are still conducting such treatments with the Muslims' Holy Quran and harassing the women and girls in different forms despite frequent tours of investigation team in the affected areas and worldwide protest against the Myanmar military's persecution on Rohingya. Moreover, the women who were taken away to military cantonment by the security forces are still going through bitter experience of sex slavery, being terribly abused sexually. Now, the details. President of Myanmar formed an investigation team arrived in northern Mangdu. The Myanmar President Oh Thin Kyaw has formed an investigation team consisting of 13 members for conducting investigation in Arakan. The investigation team has visited Nashapur village in Mangdu township, which was first invaded by the Burmese military forces on 11th and 12th October, which resulted in the damage of 94 houses along with 132 families. The inhabitants of Nashapur offered a letter to the investigation team. Then the team went back and did not meet anybody later on. Of course, in the real sense, the team will not be able to carry out proper investigation in the right way because the team leader, Oh Miswe, the vice president of the Myanmar government, who possesses a notorious past as a result of which he was banned for a long time by the United States of America. During former military dictatorship in Myanmar, he was involved in killing a large number of people. Burmese military killed 7 of my children, says a Rohingya refugee. Woman's account is one of a wave of reports of murder and rape by soldiers in Myanmar. Noor Aisha held her last surviving daughter tight as their boat crossed into Bangladeshi waters. She left behind a firebombed home, a dead husband, 7 slain children, and the soldiers who raped her. A group of about 20 of them appeared in front of my house. The 40-year-old Rohingya woman recalled of the horrible morning in the mid-October when her village was invaded by hundreds of Burmese government troops. They ordered all of us to come out in the courtyard. They separated 5 of our children and forced them into one of our rooms and then fired a gun bomb on that room and set it on fire. 5 of my children were burned to death by the soldiers. They killed my 2 daughters after raping them. They also killed my husband and raped me. She said just one child survived the frenzy, 5-year-old Dilnawaz Begum, who hid in a neighbor's house when the soldiers arrived in the village of Kyayopin in the Mangdu township of Rakhine State. Aisha's account is one of a wave of reports of extrajudicial killing, arson, and sexual assaults allegedly committed by the Burmese soldiers in the northwest of the country. The government strongly denies the allegations. But the UN says the reports of rape and sexual assault are part of a wider pattern of ethnically motivated violence against Rohingya communities in Rakhine. Is there no way out of the plight of Rohingya women and children? Women and children are the worst victims of ethnic cleansing in the name of military expeditions started since October 9, 2016. In Arakan, there are numerous children whose mothers are killed brutally and fathers are lost and have no place to take shelter as houses have been razed. As a result, they have been suffering from acute insecurity. The children deprived of their parents have completely been shattered psychologically. Terror and fear are obvious on their faces and eyes. These may cause various psychological complexities to them. In addition, humanitarian groups reports by the United Nations acknowledge that roughly 3,000 children in parts of northern Rakhine State are suffering from severe acute malnutrition. Without appropriate treatment, they say 30 to 50% of some children may die. In last 2 months, around 175 women were killed brutally after being raped by the military army. More than 400 women were the victims of gang rape. Even the Rohingya baby daughters were not spared from the bloody clutches of them. Moreover, at villages in Mangdu, women and children are fighting death. Not a single mother, daughter, wife, and children of Rohingya are getting rescue from this military barbarism. Many women are being trafficked to an unknown destination for forced prostitution. A person from the southern part of Pusidang reports of witnessing a covered van filled with Rohingya women going towards Akyap town. The survey of lost women at Mangdu villages certifies the truth of this event. According to international humanitarian law, women must be especially protected from sexual violence. This includes rape, forced prostitution, and any forms of indecent assault. If it is so, is the law not applicable for the Rohingya women as well? Maybe the shrieks of Rohingya women are not piercing the ear and touching the hearts of world leaders yet. Dear viewers, you are watching 8V English News. Thanks for staying with us. For more details and updates, visit www.facebook.com/8venglishonline.